Issam, you're in Gaza. How are you feeling? What is life like for you right now?
A few words to describe what is happening, and I believe there are no words to describe them. This is an ongoing ethnic cleansing that has been happening for 73 years. It's massacres committed, targeting of civilians, innocent civilians, including children and women. And this is not something that we're not used to. We have witnessed that during the war of 2008, 2012, 2014, and it is still going. It has been happening to Palestine since 1948. We have been witnessing depopulizing, uprooting, and killing of Palestinian identity and Palestinian existence. And such a brutality, which we are seeing right now, is just the tip of iceberg what the Palestinians have to encounter and have been encountering so far. Thankfully for the social media and the development of social media as means of resistance, that now we're seeing people witnessing those facts everywhere. We're seeing people campaigning, people are protesting, demanding sanctions to be imposed in Israel in the coming days or in the coming months. Hopefully, those scenes of shattered bodies of children and women, all these destroyed buildings will not go in vain, and Israel will be sanctioned really soon.
Issam, I've heard over the past few days people telling us that there seems to be a slightly different attitude when you compare the generations, that the older Palestinians feel slightly different to the younger ones. Just tell us about the distinctions that you have noticed in terms of how important this moment might be in terms of trying to secure some sort of equality for Palestinians in the face of the Israeli state, and in terms of how that might be different between the generations.
This is a very important question. My generation has lived. I have lived this occupation for 27 years of my life, being sieged in Gaza for 15 years, including 3 brutal wars. And I believe such a change of narrative and such attempts to reclaim our narrative and speak our stories, to listen, to allow those international community and those media outlets to listen to them from us, not about us. And this is the great shift we are witnessing nowadays. People are starting to demand Palestinians to talk. Media outlets are asking Palestinians to be in the interviews, and such shift is not happening. I mean, it's not happening. It's not a coincidence. It's happening because we have been paying a heavy price with our blood, with our children, with our women, with our buildings, and with our safety as well. And I'm hope that such shift will not be in vain in the coming future. And I mean that Israel has been supported by the U.S. administration and funded of $3 billion per year, directly going to militarize and to fund the military occupation with weapon and equipment. So I hope those sufferings and those heavy prices that we're paying, they will not go in vain. And those bloods that we're shedding, they will not be in vain as well.
When the bombs start to fall, where do you go, Issam? Where do you go to seek shelter? What do Gazans have in terms of being able to find somewhere where if a bomb drops near them, they might not die?
Thankfully, my suffering, thankfully and unfortunately, my suffering thankfully and unfortunately at the same time, that my suffering is a bit different, that I'm still living in my house, my children are not died, and I'm not suffering as hundreds of people and thousands of people injured. So what I can tell you that we have witnessed images and videos of people as we are seeing of videos and images like what happened in the day of Nakba since 1948. People are running, they don't know where to go, they don't have food, they don't have water. Even they went for honor schools and they denied them to access them for safety. So this is an ongoing, as I said, this is an ongoing ethnic cleansing, brutality, bloodshed of Palestinians. And that is the proper words to be used. This is not a conflict, this is not a confrontation, this is not something that of a symmetrical power war, and this is only one-sided massacres committed by Israel for the Palestinian generations over the past 73 years.
Issam, thank you very much indeed for talking to us. We really, really appreciate it. And obviously, we all hope that you stay safe. Issam Adwan speaking to us from Gaza.